Hey everyone, Zen here with the Eberhard-Ziegler library here at Daniels, and we're back to image-based generative AI, and today we're going to be talking about image inpainting. Image inpainting is a technique you use to get finer grain control over your images. So let's say if we want to specify just one part of the image that we want to change and modify that with a new prompt, that's what image inpainting will allow us to do. And today the tool we're working with is the model is Stable Diffusion XL, but we're running it on Replicate. So Replicate's just the UI, and then Stable Diffusion is the model that we're running. And so here we've already sort of prompted Stable Diffusion to create a series of outputs. The UI is very simple actually. The prompt is just up here. You can include negative prompts, and then there's an image, a mask, the dimensions of the image, number of outputs, etc., etc. The rest of the stuff you don't really have to get into unless you want to. So we've already generated a series of outputs because we asked for 4 outputs, and so this is the series of outputs, and I think we'll just run it with the first one. So let's say we want to generate using the first one. We want to change sort of this one portion on the left side. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the image. It's going to open up a new tab. And we're going to save this to our desktop as image 1, let's say. Okay. And so now in Photoshop, we can we can import. Oh no, it is open. I usually drag it in, so I get a little confused. Image 1, and we're going to open it, and here we go. So here we have image 1, and what we're going to do is we're going to create a layer on top of it, and we're going to mask on top of this layer. So the mask for inpainting is basically us delineating which part we want to change and which parts we want to keep. And so I'm just going to use the lasso tool here to say draw sort of a weird wavy blob here, and then maybe we add a bit more. Maybe we add like this corner down here. Oh wait, I think that's just the hold shift. Oops. Okay, there. So just hold shift and then draw another one. Yeah. And then now with these two selected, I'm going to go to fill, and I'm going to fill them in black. I believe it's black. Let me double check. In paint mode, black areas will be preserved. White areas will be inpainted. Okay, never mind. So it's the opposite. It's going to be white, right? So white is what you're changing, and then black is what you want to preserve. And so now this is masked in white. What we're going to do is we're going to go select, inverse. That's going to invert our selection, and then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to edit fill, and we're going to fill in black now. There we go. And then now you can do Control D to deselect everything. And so this is the mask that we're going to be using, right? You see that it lies on top of our original image, and we're just going to export this as a JPEG. And image 1 in paint. There we go. And so now when we go to STXL, what we're going to do is we're going to navigate to our desktop images, and we're going to find image 1, our original image, which we're going to drop in, and then we're going to find image 1 in paint, which we're going to drop into the mask section. And so now we have our mask, we have our original image. Now we just need to change our prompt. And so for the prompt, maybe I want these two portions to look like collapsing rubble, decay, old brick, interior wall section. Yeah, okay, that should be good. And so hopefully that will change these two portions to look like it's sort of old, decaying, and collapsing. And so now we can submit this, and it's gonna run. Boop-a-doop, boop-a-doop, boop, boop-a-doop, boop. There are other ways to approach inpainting with more accuracy, but those start to get a little bit technical, so we'll sort of see if we're going to approach that level of difficulty with this guide. But for a simple way to achieve image inpainting, Stable Diffusion is a great way to go about doing it. If you're curious to know more about inpainting, you can check out the guide on the library website. And so here you can sort of see the inpainting did work, but it did do weird things. So it modified these two sections. You can see this one I think is a lot more successful. This one looks a lot better. This one is a bit strange because it doesn't keep the geometry of the sort of exterior. Yeah, like I guess I need to prompt it with the original prompt as well, which was like Nakagin Capsule Tower. Otherwise the geometry, the shape of the building behind it sort of changes. This one looks somewhat similar at least, but these ones are like a separate building altogether. It also did weird things to the trees, which I'm not sure why the trees sort of have like this weird motion blur now. But yeah, that didn't blend. That's weird. So image inpainting is definitely not perfect, but you can get some pretty cool results with it. Like this blends pretty nicely. So that's it for me and image inpainting, and if you want to know more, make sure to check out the guide on the library website. See ya!